What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pick Six channel. And today, let's talk about the state of the NFL, man. Let's just get straight into it. So, first, we have the new kickoff rule. Some people are pretty split about it. Okay, some people like it, some people really hate it. And we saw it in, well, not full effect because of the onside kick situation, but we saw it in decent effect in the Hall of Fame game last night. And yeah, I don't hate the traditional new rule. I mean, they're doing it so that there's more returns, but in my honest opinion, I don't think it needed to be changed like that. I don't. I don't think it was necessary. But let's just get into the why it's a controversy. And that's obviously with the onside kick situation. Okay. For one, why did the NFL think that it was a good idea to have a new kickoff rule and just say, hey, nobody does onside kicks the first three quarters. Nobody does that anyways. You know what? Let's just make it illegal for the first three quarters. You can't do it. We're abolishing it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. That makes no sense. What if a team, or forget that for now, the most important onside kick in NFL history happened not in the fourth quarter, but after halftime in the Super Bowl. The most impactful um, onside kick. I don't know why my mind went bland right there. The most impactful onside kick in NFL history happened after halftime in the Super Bowl when the Saints beat the Colts. And that onside kick, that surprise onside kick, changed the complexion of that entire game. And that's another thing. You cannot do a surprise onside kick anymore with this new rule. You can't. Which, that's pretty crazy too. Okay? And I get it. Most of the time, when a team does an onside kick, yeah, the other team probably knows that you're going to do an onside kick, but it's just the whole element of surprise thing. You can't do that anymore. So I don't know what to think about this new rule. To be honest with you, I'm not digging it because of that. I mean, that's a big change in the game. It really is. It's going to be very impactful. And now the fact that you have to tell another team, hey, I'm going to try to get the ball back for sure. Just lets the other team know, oh yeah, well, they're gonna do an onside kick, that's for sure. I don't really like it. I just don't. So the element of surprise in kickoffs is completely gone. And like I said, I don't think it was a necessity to change the entire complexion of a kickoff. Personally, since they're worried about the lack of returns, here's what I would have done. I would have set the kickoff to kick it off back to the 30-yard line. I get it's only 5 yards, but to the 30-yard line, and for a touchback, yeah, you don't get it back to the 25. You get it to the 20 for a touchback. I think that would have probably would want to make teams return it more often. But that's just me though. But there's also other stuff going around. There's also talks of having an 18 game season. Now, as a fan, I love it. Okay, I wish football can go around year round, but that's the fan in me. I understand for teams and players, that's pretty tough. Okay, and to be honest with you, I don't really like the way it is now with the 17 games. The fact that it's unbalanced, the fact that most teams have one more road game than they do a home game, or one more home game than they do a road game. I don't really like it. It just seems weird. Personally, I would rather have a 16 game season excuse me, rather than a 17 game season at this point, just so it's even. But now, well, it's been rumored that they've been wanting to go to an 18 game season, and they're really going to try to push for it. Joe Burrow, I think it was Joe Burrow, said that if they do it, that he would want 2 bye weeks. And to be honest with you, I can't really complain there either. I think that's very understandable, but that's going to make it tough on the schedule as well to have each team have 2 bye weeks. So, yeah, an 18 game season is just going to complicate things even more. Me personally, I had nothing wrong with 17 weeks, 16 games. I think that was a perfect schedule. I think that was perfect. Okay, but they're gonna just try to add on and add on. And I don't think we're too far off to having 8 teams in the playoffs. I think we're gonna get to that point within the nearer future. I don't know how far down the line that would be, but that's definitely gonna be pushed at some point. I truly believe that. You heard it here first. All right. I truly believe that's where they're gonna go. And then, you have this Thursday night football situation or just the streaming app situation where, well, obviously, the Sunday ticket has been something that you always had to pay for out of market games, which for me as a Steeler fan, out of market games are very much a big deal to me because the Steeler games typically aren't shown on regular TV over here. So that's a pretty big deal. So you have to pay for the Sunday ticket. Now you have to pay for Amazon. And then I don't know if they're fiddling with other networks or I'm sorry, streaming apps. I think they are. The only one I know for sure is Netflix because that's for the Christmas game, it's going to be streaming on Netflix, which is just weird to me. I don't know, man. I just think the NFL is just so focused on how much more money they could possibly make. I just think that's their main focus there. That is their main focus there. How much more money can they possibly make by extending the season, by extending the playoffs? Because a few years ago, the playoffs was only six teams, and I get it's only what 2 extra games in the playoffs, not 2 extra rounds, but 2 extra games. If you get what I mean. So they're just trying to extend everything because, yeah, they know they'll make money off of it. And as a fan, do I blame Roger Goodell? Yes, but if I'm Roger Goodell, I might try to do the same thing too, man. I don't know, but it just seems like the NFL is just focused on the amount of money they can make by making deals with these streaming apps on top of the NFL Sunday ticket that you already have to pay for. So that's something that I don't like. Hopefully, they change that at some point. Maybe they just I'm a wrestling fan, so the WWE has the WWE network, and you get pretty much everything except for the two shows that they do, Raw and SmackDown. But all the pay-per-views, well, they're not really even pay-per-views anymore, but the PLEs or whatever you want to call them now, they all come with that app, with the network. So hopefully at some point the NFL does something similar to that, where you just have to get an app and yeah, you have to pay however much a month, which hopefully wouldn't be that much to get all the games. Hopefully that happens at some point. That would be cool. But with the way the direction is heading, I don't think so. You're probably gonna have to pay for like 5 streaming apps to be able to watch every game. But yeah, hopefully that changes, man. And I forgot what else I was gonna get. Well, all right. There's much more I'm sure I could ramble on about, but How do you guys feel about the state of the NFL? Do you guys think it's getting better or not? Let me know down in the comment section below. I could I probably sounded like a huge complainer this video, but oh well, right? So how do you guys feel about the NFL? Let me know down in the comment section and I'll catch you guys later.